to me, seems like a stretch to have a job that requires air travel and a hacksaw. I was going through airport security one day. This fella right in front of me, he seemed to be struggling with something, right? And he was like, it seemed like he was a little bit out there. That's the best way I can explain it. But as he's going through, they pull him to the side at the end and they take his bag and like, we got to inspect your bag, like closer examination or whatever. So they bring it to the side. And, you know, as I'm getting my stuff and walking out, I see them pull a hacksaw out of his bag, and they're like, you can't bring this into the airport. Now, this is Midwestern Airport, Omaha, Nebraska, and it's kind of, I guess they deal with this stuff a lot. If you was to do this in like Baltimore or New York or Chicago, you'd probably end up on the news, like nationwide, you know, being like pushed down on the ground by police or whatnot. But anyway, they pull this hacksaw out of the bag, and I'm putting my shoes on over there, and I'm kind of like intrigued at this point. So I'm slow working. I just want to see how this plays out. And it gets into an argument with this guy, how he said he checked the TSA's website and they didn't say you couldn't bring a hacksaw. And then the guy there's like, no, clearly you can't bring a hacksaw in here. It's tools of over a certain length. And look, it's got a sharp edge. You can't do this. And they're just arguing back and forth, right? And then I put my shoes on and I go, you know, to my gate. I'm sitting there waiting. And I thought that was the end of the story. Then we get to the gate, right? And I get on the plane. I'm early boarding Southwest Airlines. I'm one of the A boarders. And I get on my flight and I'm like, go back and get a decent seat. And I make all the faces, you know, that you do on Southwest, where you like bring your glasses down and make big eyes like this. And everybody that walks by like, hi, you want to sit here? It's amazing. If you just do that, you go, hi, you want to sit here like that? No one will sit next to you, right? And if you need to, just start coughing and sneezing, or like put your hat funny somehow. Like definitely the glasses on the end of the nose though, and the big eyes, and waving at people. No one will sit with you except for other weirdos. That's the problem. You will attract other weirdos because you got to pay attention when they're coming down. If you see somebody that's like smiling already when they get on a plane, don't wave at that person because they're seeking attention, and they will sit right next to you, even though there's like tons of empty seats on the window and aisle. They will take that seat beside you. Anyway, so they board the entire plane. There's an empty seat beside me. I'm like, jackpot, paid off. My creeper glass is paid off big time. I don't have to sit next to nobody. And then right before they close the door, I see somebody walk in. I'm looking around like, oh no, this is the only seat left. And the guy just walked on. That's Hacksaw Boy. Apparently, he got rid of the hacksaw somehow, got through security, and made it just in time for his plane. They didn't turn away or nothing. When he sat down beside me, I'm like, yo, man, I can't help but notice when you were at the checkpoint there, I saw you with a hacksaw. Like, what happened there? How'd that work out for you? He's like, yeah, I went and threw it away. I'm like, cool. Like, what do you do that you need a hacksaw and air travel together? Because that seems like to me, seems like a stretch to have a job that requires air travel and a hacksaw. But you never know. No expert in that. And he ended up telling me that he was a machinist. I don't think machinists even use hacksaws. So I don't really understand that. And honestly, he had that like weird look in his eye, and he seemed still a little far out there. So I didn't really want to ask questions. So I just put my headphones on and fell asleep. He didn't chop anything off of me. So I feel very, very privileged at that. But that's my story for today. Y'all be good. Keep it real. Have a good one. Later.